Hello and welcome to Black Eyed. My name is Danny and this is my first video going into space engineers. Today we're gonna build the first drill, or the drill I'm building is the first drill I drilled. I personally waited too long with building my first drill, running around with my hand drill, and until I realized that it gives so much more stone using a big drill compared to using a hand drill. Um, I hope you'll find this useful. One of the reasons why I started or thought I would make videos is that when you look for videos on YouTube, it can be kind of hard to find simple videos of some of the first things you have to do. There's a lot of videos with big, big structures or machines and stuff like that, and that is not where you are in the beginning. In the beginning, you need to have simple things because resources are low. So let's start with the actual build here. I like to start with a rotor in the bottom, and I'm gonna put it directly on the container, so I can build less actually to get this going. There's a rotor there. Then I would put a conveyor system on here. This conveyor is actually more there because then it fits with the height when I have to build the drill downwards. You will see that when we get further ahead. Instead of having a cockpit on the drill, I would go with a searchlight, because if you have a cockpit or something, a control panel on your base, you have a place where you can control it, and with the searchlight you can see what you're doing. Also, it also gives you the ability that you don't overflow your bases with the cockpits just to control this and that. But you do like to have an eye on what you're doing. Right now the searchlight is searching for different stuff, but we will set that up a little later when we get to there. Then from here I would go with a piston, and that is that number there. That that is that number here. Good. When you have put up this first piston, you actually need to go in to the option on it and start reversing it already, so it will raise up higher, because the first piston here is actually to give you some height before you build an arm out where you can start your digging. So let's have it up. It's coming up nicely there. I think it's up again there. And then you simply just need to build a arm out here. I'm gonna put in a block. What should we use? We could use a cornered block here and just go straight out there. And then we will go with another piston here. There. I would actually recommend this to everybody when you build stuff. Go in and name them so you know what is what, and it makes it easier for you to build the controls. So I would actually go as far as saying this is a drill I'm building, call it a drill arm piston. I'm only gonna have one of them, but if I have several, I would of course put numbers in. I can go find the other piston there. I know that is my tower piston, so I would call it drill tower piston. Again, find out your ways to name things in a way where you can have a system that functions for you. And then again we needed to go downwards also, and here we have to have some pistons also. Duck. I pressed the wrong number all the time there, I see. And I will go with 3 pistons here, because then we can have a little depth on it, and it will take a little longer before you have to redo it all. Again, we're gonna go in and name these pistons. They are here, and we call them drill. Drill piston. Just call them drill piston 1 and drill piston 2 and drill piston 3. So now we have that on. And when we're here, we actually just need to have the drill ongoing. There. So now we have a drill. This is a pretty simple installation. Of course, it will take a little running back and forward for wherever you're digging out stuff to have it on, but as soon as you have this up and going, everything building your base will go much faster. So I'm gonna go sit in the cockpit here, because now we have to do some settings on it, and I'm gonna go to page 2, and oh no, we may have to have it all here. If you go okay, and then we go for the searchlight. Let's start with that. The searchlight is of course on, which is nice. We can rename it drill searchlight all. Let's have it off so it doesn't target anything at all, because we don't need that. There. Duck. I think that is fine. And I remove idle movement on it also, like that. So let's have that as the first one we set up. I press G to go in and see the options for that. And I will just simply take the searchlight, drag it down to the bottom bar. And for this one, I actually only need to have the control on, if I can see. Where is that? There's no control on this one. There. Looks a little different. Because now I can, when I have to use the drill on my base, press 9, and then we are on the searchlight. Of course, it's a weird place. In the beginning, you are pretty close on it, but the good thing is you can see what's happening around here. And since I put it after the rotor, it will follow the drill around. You can zoom in and out here on it also, which makes it nice. In the beginning, of course, it's pretty close. So that is our view, our camera of this one. We also need to have a drilling function. So if we go with all the pistons first, let's search for that. We will turn all of them off as a beginning. It's always good to turn it off before you start doing anything. The arm piston is actually for you to control to extend out. So I would have a nice velocity there, but on the drill piston that goes down in ground, you would like to have a velocity that doesn't go too fast, actually. So let's have a velocity. Let's set a velocity. I'm gonna set it to 0. I'm gonna set it to minus 0.075 because this is gonna go the opposite way of the other one. So I set the tower piston to that. It's still turned off. and the other one I will put on a plus velocity of the same amount. 0.75 there. 0.075. I press Control and then click on it if you want to have these options where you can just do it yourself. Oh, I had that one already. I went the wrong way. Here, 0.075. Good. Then we will have a nice speed of digging down in the ground here. I also create for not for the arm, but for the tower and the other pistons. I'm gonna put them into a group, so just choose them all. Write a group name here and call it what we'll call it. We'll call it drill up / down, and then we save it. Then you have it there, and then you have your arm piston drill. We don't have to put that in a group because it will work alone. We have a rotor. Also, let's find that is there. We can call that the drill rotor. Or if you have more drill rotors on it, we could call it drill tower rotor. It doesn't have a velocity in the beginning and doesn't have a brake. So I would put a braking point up on it, and I would put it around probably pretty much the same as that it have in velocity, so it stops when you stop it. And I would have a speed of 1 round per minute. That would probably be nice. That wasn't turned off. I'm just gonna turn it off here, or I'm gonna reverse it. See, it's already working out there. And just let's press it off. It doesn't matter that much where it is. Another thing is all these moving parts. You have to press share initiate tensor. You do that because if you have moving parts, they tend to shake a lot, and you would like them to be steady. So this is your way of doing that, making sure it's steady. So I'm gonna do that on all the pistons also. There, I can just choose them all and press it, and then it's on. There. Now we have all the movable parts ready for use. So let's set it up. Let's go to G and put the drill on. We have it there. The drill just need to have a switch on and off. Then you have in groups here. If you go there, we have the drill up and down. I will make 2 buttons for that. Toggle on and off, and a reverse. I could also put more in, so I had extend or retract, but reverse is simple enough or good enough. Also because the more functions you have, the more confusing it gets to control these things. We also have the arm. Here is the arm, so we can go in and out. I would actually probably put the arm over here, have that toggle on and off, and a reverse on that. And then we have the rotor. That we will give an on and a reverse. So right now we have a simple mechanism for controlling and drilling here. That can give a lot of materials compared to using your hand. If we go into the container here, we actually have a small container. it doesn't carry very much. Later you will of course build up and have something bigger. But we can take it for a test drive and see if everything is as it should be. So I press 9 to get close to it. And I don't know why I have that one here. I actually don't have... Does it work? Yeah, it does work. I don't know why the controls are not coming. Now we're running. Because I should have that. Let's go back here and say... okay, and go for the searchlight. Drill searchlight there. Show and hot. I will find out how to put that on later. I don't know why it's on. Actually, maybe if you know that, please send me a message here on why I don't get my control board out on the searchlight, because I do that when I play on a server. Let's go back there. But we have the drill on, and then 2 I can start lowering the whole thingy, and it should be everything that is getting lowered. So you can go check that out. It goes nice and easily there. And we can check the container. It's small container. We are already on 9,000, 10,000 liters. So you can see it goes pretty fast compared to doing it hand. It would take forever to put this amount of stone into it. Wow, that's filled, and then you turn it off. I will retract the drill also here, and then when it's up we can take a look on how much it can actually drill with this simple installation. It is there here. I also kind of feel like when I'm using this drill instead of using the hand drill, every hole I make, if I made a hole the same size as this one, I wouldn't have gotten any stones compared to how much stone it pulls out on the same size of a hole. If we look here, I'm gonna go to see if we can look around, and then this is also a way where you can control it. We're gonna look at it because it have the area it can dig out goes of course all the way around. If you pull the rest of your base back, you can actually almost go 360 degrees on this one. You of course need a walkway, and for later a path to have a conveyor system on, but you can move it all the way around and dig holes, and in the beginning you will just make a small hole and use that to slowly build out your base. First thing, bigger build a container. Pretty fast you will be building a bigger drill also, because even though this one is much faster than your hand drill, it is actually pretty slow compared to how much materials you're gonna need to build whatever you wanna build. It goes with those simple pistons that doesn't take that much material to build. You can actually build a quite big hole as a starter, and this will get your base going. And then of course, remember before you run out of things to drill with it, to have saved some materials for building a bigger drill. This was my first drill. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little, and I hope I got around everything you needed to know. There will be coming more videos of small stuff I have built, especially that because I feel like there's a need for that between all the videos. Most of them, as I said earlier, is videos about huge impressive stuff, and that is not where you begin when you begin the game. I'm also gonna work on getting my Discord channel up so you can join there. I'm not quite finished with it yet, but I would like people to go there and put some screen dump and show me what they built of their first drill or their first this and that, and share some experiences. I personally would like to see what other people do and what they have of ideas, because this is how I build. When you build it, you will probably make some changes to it compared to me. And this is the great thing about the game. It is use your creativity and find ways to make cool machines that can help you. I'm mostly into functions, so I I really love to have a game like Space Engineers where you can do a lot of function and have fun. Please join me here and subscribe to my channel. That will make me so happy. And feel free to leave a comment or two about what you think about the video. And we will see you hopefully on the next video when I'm ready with that one. Take good care and stay creative.